Let's go, 16. We're running out of room. 17, 18. So you guys made it to episode 3 of this very fast go-kart build. Now, before I show you what we got going on here, got something quick to say. When you're working on something, it doesn't have to be a project. It could be anything. Work, school, anything. And you get to that point where you kind of lose hope. You've been working for it for a while. Everything's just going wrong. All the stuff you got are the wrong stuff, and things take longer to come in, or you're struggling on something, you're not understanding what's going on. Whatever the situation might be, you have to push through it. That's the point I'm at with this project right now. On the good side, I promised you guys a video every week, so I'm gonna push through this one and we're gonna actually get this thing going. That being said, look what we got here. Alright, so here are the motors. These are the motors that were in the Power Wheels when we made episode 1, and that we overvolted, and the max speed we got out of these were 6 miles an hour, which means they're junk. This is what we're gonna put into it. It's 500 watts, 2500 RPMs. Now those were geared, but I don't know. This was delayed from the get-go to come in to get to my house, which you saw in episode 2. Also, when the guy shipped it, this was the gear that's on it. On the ad, he said number 25 chain. This is what a number 25 chain is. This does not fit in here at all. So, that didn't work. It took me forever to get this sprocket. What I ended up doing was go get a Razor dirt bike that I found on Facebook Marketplace for cheap, and I took the front sprocket off it. Now I have a Razor dirt bike that I'm going to build in another video. You'll see that. That's the speed control. Here's a new foot throttle. I realized I couldn't step on the foot throttle when it's inside this car, so I did some off-camera modification. We're gonna move the seat back, give me a little more room. I'll leave you a seat there. And as far as brakes go, eBay, 10 bucks, you get this Chinese thing. It's a Chinese hydraulic brake that comes with a disc. How I'm gonna mount this to the axle, I'm gonna use this pulley. We're gonna cut it, do some modifications, mount that to that. That's gonna mount to the axle. This is gonna go on a bar, and you're just gonna squeeze this to come to a stop. That should be interesting how that works out. We got power, we got brakes. There's a lot to do, so let's just jump to it and start getting this going. Which means time lapse, because no one wants to watch the boring part of putting it together.
But that's alright. Hush.
Here it is. It is finished in its pure form. The mini FJ is completed. Now it's time to show you the little bells and whistles of it, because I didn't really go too deep into detail on how exactly it's all set up. Obviously it's all scratched because you're supposed to paint these things after you build them, which you saw the situation. We ended up painting it before we built it to completion, I should say. So it's all scratched, but so is my real life FJ. This thing is beat and scratched, so they kind of fit well together. Now let's get to the cool stuff. This is the brakes I ended up doing. It actually works really good. You squeeze this in, very little pressure. It will completely lock up the back tires. There's our motor. There's the gas pedal. Here's some of the cool stuff that goes underneath. That's the rotor. I ended up chopping that pulley in half and just through bolting this thing on. It worked really good. There's our baby 1-piston caliper. This is our 40 sprocket. There's the motor. The front sprocket that I took off the Razor scooter. Our number 25 chain. A little motor adjuster. That's so I can adjust the chain tension. And all we got to do is put the batteries in here and we can test this thing out for the first time. Now, this controller is rated for 24 volts. So I only have enough room to put 2 batteries, which will bring me to 24 volts. But if we don't get to our magic 20-mile-an-hour number, which is the goal for this thing, if I can't get it with 24 volts, we're gonna add another battery. We're gonna overvolt it to 36 volts. And yeah, that should do it. All right guys, this is it. We're at the testing grounds. We're gonna throw the batteries inside this thing and do a speed run down there and see how fast we can get it to go. Like I said, 20 miles an hour is the goal. Once I reach 20 miles an hour with this thing, that's it. We completed it. I hit my goal. We can get started on the next build, which is gonna be the big go-kart. So let's hope for the best. Let's throw these batteries in. It's gonna be 24 volts. That's what it's rated for. If I don't make it to 20 miles an hour, I got another battery. We're gonna do 36. But sun setting, let's get this thing going. Let's do our speed run before we lose our battery. But let's just remember real quick, with the stock setup, same car, we had it at 2 miles an hour, then we got it to 4 miles an hour, and then finally we got it to 6 miles an hour. Now I did my modifications. We're shooting for 20 miles an hour, and let's see if we got it. Here we go. Let's go, 16! We're running out of room! 17! 18! Guys, we just crashed it. Alright, so we crashed it pretty hard. We got a wobbly wheel. I'm gonna see if it's fixable. We're not done yet. I'm like speechless because that was insane. I can't. Let's go fix this thing, and I want to do it again. This time I realized we're gonna need way more room to stop. I should have probably known that because the tires are hard plastic. And there was really no chance of me stopping actually where I was and how fast I was going. It's just too much. Let's go fix this thing and try it again. Just a test. The GoPro broke. Alright, so the GoPro cracked. Kinda sucks. But we're gonna out here. We're gonna do it one more time. The last run, we found out it has a bent axle, but let's get to it. It's just way harder to drive now because it wants to go all over the place. Okay, ready? Let's go. Six miles. 11, 12, 13. Oh my God, the wobble's bad. 15, 17, 18, 19, come on! Are you kidding me? Oh my God, we were so close. 19 miles an hour. We gotta get it to 20. I'm not giving up. We almost just crashed again. Ah! All right, let's go back to my truck. Let's overvolt this thing. Let's get to 20 miles an hour. Back to the truck. Ah, we're so close. All right, guys, we are on 36 volts. I have that one jumped in. We're on run number 5, so the batteries are getting a little weak, but let's hope this thing gets to 20 miles an hour. Oh, we got the speedo out. Woo! Oh yeah. 5, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21! Yeah! We did it. This build is over. You saw it. 21 miles an hour out of a little FJ. Ha! Let's take it back to the truck. Call this video a wrap. I am done. I'm exhausted. I persevered through this whole video. This is why you guys can't give up. We got it. We did it. So to end this video off, don't give up. Push through whatever project you're working on. You'll make it to the end. You'll be 100 times happier when you're finished with it. I'm pumped. I'm happy. Let's get started on the big go-kart. You're gonna see that in the next episode. Guys, subscribe, like this video so I can keep making them, and put your notification thing on so you know when that next video comes out. It's gonna be a big go-kart, I promise you. We're making it fast. We're shooting for 45, maybe 50 miles an hour. Just stick around because this channel is gonna get awesome. Thanks, guys.